So I had a video idea for a great reveal of Annabelle's new modifications, but unfortunately that turned into a flop. Stay tuned and I'll show you the reason why that failed and what I'm doing to fix it. Alright, so as you can see here, we have made a decision on a project and it kind of blew up. So you can see I got myself a nice pile of parts here going on. I got new plug wires, fuel hose, fuel line. You can see the fuel logs laying here, this line. Also got a radiator here and a fan. So basically we made a change that led to a problem, which then led to another problem, which led to another problem. So I got multiple projects off of one project. What was that project? Well,
okay, so we decided to run these fender exit headers that did not work out according to plan, which led to Nate spending more money.
That's right. So as you can see, the headers come up and our tailpipe's like right here. You can see, as Crissie has already demonstrated here, this pipe comes here. On the other side, we're actually going to be like around here, and that's also where the upper radiator hose comes out. So that's one of the reasons that we had to put the smaller radiator. You can also see the header, if you watch previous videos, lands right where we had the fuel log, which requires me to move the fuel log here, and that required the purchase of an additional fuel line with a 45-degree angle to match the heads here. And we also had to change the spark plug wires because, as you can see, right here, these are our boots, and they're not a 90 and they will not clear the headers. So what seemed like a really fun idea, and will still be a fun idea, I think, in the long run, turned into a little bit more of a pricey thing. So, and of course this has taken a little longer to get the reveal done because, as you can see, Crissie is here, and that means she has officially moved in here and made her nest here. So that means beforehand I was doing house projects so we could get her house ready to sell, and that is now complete. So we will be able to focus more on the race car projects. Some people like other ones, not so much the red one, but you know, we'll work on those. So anyways, so moving forward, what I'm gonna do is you know, I'll stay tuned here, and I'm gonna throw these plug wires on, do some other things, and I believe Crissie is going to make dinner, so while that's happening. So I'm gonna get that hammered out, and then you know, I'll show you where we're at after that. Alright, so I'm going to get started by doing the spark plug wire stuff here. I mean, if you've watched up to this point, I'm sure some of you guys are probably going to vote to see Crissie do these spark plug wires. But no, for real, she's going to do great, and you'll see her a lot more. But we're going to get started here on the spark plug wires. So you can see I got them all laid out here. This is something I like to do. So, you know, you got, you know, 2 of each length, basically your shortest ones, and then here all the way up to your longest ones. It comes with all the extra parts. I usually take all my extra parts, throw them in a box I'm not going to use. See, I got the coil wire here, all of our connectors. I got probably 10 of these tools now, all of our stuff. So everyone does things differently. What I like to do is I like to take all my wires loose on the car, and then, you know, I get them all laid out. So, and trace everything. And I always start with the longest ones. So I'm sure everybody, I don't think there's a right or wrong way to do it, but I start with the longest ones, work my way down. Obviously, I can't just match them because there's going to be some length differences and stuff like that due to the way that they'll be routed with the 90-degree angle boots. But anyways, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get one built here, and then I'll probably, like, you know, do the fast choppy stuff to put the rest of them on, and you can watch that right here. are. So we reached the end of this portion of the project, I guess you could see. You can see we got the plug wires made. Basically, they're just kind of rough draft out there. Also got the fuel log relocated, made a little bracket for it, got the fuel line ran, and got it mounted all up. You know, obviously we still got some things to do, but yeah. So obviously we got the radiator. It's not actually mounted. I'm gonna make some brackets for that, and then we're gonna put the overflow bottle down here behind it, the oil catch cans on the other side. Obviously gonna have to get probably a new upper radiator was made. And still gonna make the purge lines, but we are getting down to the nitty gritty probably by the end of this week. Today is Thursday, so maybe by this weekend we'll have hopefully a lot of this done on the car. And then obviously once I get all that done, I gotta take the headers out, do all the finish welding on it for, you know, the whole system. We'll get it all mocked up and then finish weld it, take it all apart, and then after that we get it running, get the thing aligned, and then start making test passes hopefully. And then we'll also be figuring out our schedule. I know that we're looking at running JJ's arm drop in Bonne Terre in August. September we plan to be at the War in the Woods, and hopefully we can make some other events. We're kind of running late this year. Again, you know, like I said at the beginning of the video, I've been helping Crissie work on her house, so it's, you know, been doing a lot, but that stuff that had needed to get done, so we got it done. And we had a lot of stuff on the car, and we got a lot of house projects. You can see all that stuff on my Facebook page. You can follow along on the reels. We'll post updates on that kind of stuff. But in case you're interested in that, but if you're along for the ride for the racing stuff, hold on, because we'll be getting there pretty soon. So again, if you'd like to get a hat, make sure you hit me up. We still have hats left. We're probably going to add some can koozies to the mix, perhaps. We got stickers to go along with that stuff. We're looking at making some other hats, and we're also looking at some shirt ideas. So, and Crissie's got some other ideas as well. So we will have some merchandise coming out here pretty soon. If we're at a track, we're going to try to keep you guys posted where we're at. Make sure you come see us and say hello. We always appreciate that kind of stuff. So moving forward here, like I said, we'll get this thing together, and then I'll post another video of that once we get it in its completed state. And keep you guys posted. So I appreciate you guys are all following along. Make sure you give us a like, share it with your friends, tell them to join our little journey here. If you haven't already, hit the bottom right hand corner, that subscribe button. All that stuff is greatly appreciated. We greatly appreciate every minute of your time you give us. So hang in there, and we'll see you on the next video.